So yeah, time management. I actually the past like 2 months, 1 month, I hired a manager onto my team to sort of help me grow this thing because while I'm in college, I don't have the time to really grow what I have to to a whole extent, and I wanted to get someone that can help me while I'm working in college because I want to take advantage of this thing that I've been given by the internet. So because of that, we've been working together, coming up with more ideas, thus giving me more work. And I have this routine where I wake up at like 10 o'clock and then I get on my computer and I do my homework and then I like record a tutorial, work on a product if I have one, and then do whatever. No organization whatsoever. Just I'll do what I remember. And then mid last month, I was kind of like getting bummed out and discouraged. I was like, I have no structure in my day and I'm getting discouraged. And then I decided to go on Google Calendar and map my day out hour by hour.
Oh, that's crazy talk. But
Yeah.
does it work? Does it help?
Absolutely. At least for me, I'm very happy when I know I'm being productive. And when I'm not being productive, I get bummed out and then it makes me less productive and then I get more bummed out. And so what I would do, for example, I would start my day at 10. So like from 10 to 11, I work out on I'll try a tutorial. I don't work out. I work on a tutorial. And and then after that, I'll work on, like for this month, I've been working on an animation pack. So from 11 to 1, I'll work on the animation pack. After that, I'll have a meeting with my manager for an hour. After that, then I'll go back and record that tutorial I planned early in the morning. And then I always plan my day, I always start my day at 10 and I end it at 5. So as long as I have that stretch of time that I'm doing something that's actually like productive, it makes me a lot happier.
I have a question. Do you give yourself like weekends off, or is it a 7-day work week?
I don't work on Sundays.
Okay. I've just recently figured out, since I like my job's all this like YouTube internet stuff, like I don't have like a other thing like Kev does. I'm like, wait a second. I forgot weekends were like a thing.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I've just been doing like 7 days.
You forget.
Yeah.
I make sure that I take off Sundays. It used to be just because I'll go to church, so I just take the whole day off. But now that I don't have a church to go to, I just take the day off, and it's actually really, really relaxing. One interesting podcast I watched was on the future. So what this guy does is he takes every 7th week off.
Okay, yeah.
And he goes, and it's not, he goes, I'm not missing a week of work. I do 7 weeks of work in 6 weeks, and I take that 7th week off. And he goes, also, I'm taking every 7th year off. So right now, that guy is in his 7th year right now, and everyone who works for his company takes every 7th week off. And if you're with the company for long enough, you take that 7th year off, and they give you a salary while you're off on that year. Which
I
is
do like that idea. I mean, most people are not going to be able to line something up like this, that they can take like a year off and still be hired. But
the guy
that's a really good idea.
And
it's still like a 7th of your time, right? It's just redistributed.
Yeah. And so he was saying how, he goes, it takes 2 of those 7th weeks to actually like get used to, because the first time you take that 1 week off, it's like you feel completely stir crazy, like I'm missing out stuff. And then you do this second one and you're kind of like that, and then the third one it kind of clicks, you're like, that's so much better. But you have to manage your time for those 6 weeks to get all that work done, so that 7th week off you have nothing to worry about. You turn off your computer, do all that stuff. So that was one thing I thought was really cool. I'll probably never do that, but it's really cool.
I might. I like the week, every 7th week off thing. I think I might. And as for weekends, Kev, I feel like you're probably doing the opposite, right? Because you got the actual job, and then like, are you doing like YouTube on the weekend, or are you also doing it just after work?
Man, I came up with the topic yesterday because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think I got to bed at 3 in the morning because I was actually working on a video, because I haven't released a video in I don't even know how long it's been now, like half a month or something. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, I work like, man, okay, when I was commuting before the pandemic, I was working, so we did 9-hour days. So my company, it's a massive company, and we do this thing called the 980 work schedule, which a lot of companies here, I think in Southern California, are doing. And basically we're working 9 hours a day, and every 2 weeks we have 1 Friday off. So we basically instead of working 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday, to get 40 hours a week, we do 36 and then like 44, 36, 44, and then it balances out because we have every other Friday off. So basically, I'd be out of the house for maybe 13 hours a day, and by the time I get home, there's like all this stuff you have to do at home, and by the time like all of that's said and done, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I would have to just sit there and bang out a video. And for a while, when I started my channel, I was doing a video every day, and that just burned me out really, really fast. And I was just like, I can't keep this up. And then I just decided, well, I can do quality videos, or at least better quality, and try to space it out. So then I would do a little bit here and there, but because I was so fast at doing the videos that I was able to just sit down and do one in one sitting in maybe a couple of hours, and then take the next couple of days off. But it's gotten so crazy now with the pandemic and everybody's home, and I don't have quiet time, and we're all like crammed on top of each other. So it's become a real challenge to do that now. So there's no structure, because I'm still working. So I'm working from home, and then I still have to go in every now and then, which is scary because every time I go in, I feel like I'm resetting a 2-week pandemic clock on myself.
Yeah.
But so I'm watching my symptoms. I'm like, am I coughing today? Am I coughing? Can I breathe? But it's become like one solid block of time, and I don't even, like you're saying, like the weekend thing. Like I don't even know. Today's Sunday, and I know that because I'm on the podcast. But other than that,
True.
Like, I think I have to work tomorrow. I don't know. I'll log on and see what date it is. Like, so I open up the company laptop, I go through the VPN, there I am. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I should be working now. It's like,
is there anything good coming out of this staying from home in the pandemic for you?
Yes. The good is that I don't have this stupid commute, and the commute was honestly taking me. I mean, seriously, I to go through LA, it would take me. I was losing about 2 hours a day. Wait a minute, no, so about a half hour in the morning, because I was going in about 5:30 in the morning, and then we were coming home about 4 in the afternoon. So yeah, about 2 hours a day, because sometimes it would take an hour and a half to do the same thing I did in a half hour in the morning. So I'm getting back those hours. So I'm trying to figure out now what I can do with those hours, and how that can be productive. So I'm trying to factor that into the time management schedule and be like, all right, well, I can devote more time to either the Blender channel, or Houdini that I'm working on too, which I do at work as well, or writing the newsletter that I'm doing with Virtual Tweakers. So there's a number of different things that I'm trying to factor into those 2 hours that I gain back. So yes, it's helping, and I'm hoping that we can continue to work from home at least a few days a week.
Yeah.
So you both said that you have like a sleep schedule for real. Like you have a time you go to sleep, right?
I try to keep it like if I'm being a good boy, I'll go to sleep at 11. Now I try not to go past 1 a.m. because after 1 a.m. I can't get up at 10.
Yeah.
Well, I'm crazy. I don't know who's like up on the Discord server, but I'm like messaging at like 6 a.m. not because I woke up early, but because I haven't gone to sleep yet.
My roommate
I feel like
does that.
I'm in limbo, but it feels good to me. I know it doesn't like work for everybody. It's not like I'm nocturnal or anything. It's not like I flipped it. I've just shifted it by like 6 or 7 hours, what the normal thing is. Not by 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like being inside all the time, like, most of the time, kind of like pushes me to the extreme of that.
Yeah.
And do you guys feel? I mean, okay, not you, Kev, because you have like pretty much a similar schedule. But Ducky, do you feel like you have more time on your hands now than usual, like to do stuff?
No.
No.
No. The only thing that I don't have to do now is I don't have to go to class. Now it's twice a week, and that was my whole day. Now I have those 2 days to myself. So in that sense, yes. But outside of those 2 days a week, I pretty much have the same schedule.
So you're really not gaining much.
No, but I think it's the mental state. Now that I know I'm not going out, it's making me feel like I have more time in my day. So it is kind of making me more productive and more proactive of like doing stuff. So
I need to get on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't given me more hours. It's just made me feel like I have them.
I feel like you're seizing the day. I'm like I have more time but less motivation. So somehow I'm working about the same that I would otherwise.
Yeah.
But I'm not like taking advantage of it.
Well,
I think that's all I have to say about it, right?
Well, for me, since I have people relying on me, in my case, a manager,
yes,
and a Patreon, I have more of a motivation to get up. Because like now that we are working together, I need to be able to like be at my best because she's always at her best. So I need to match that. So
is your manager? Yeah.
Continue. I was done.
Is your manager like a general YouTube manager, like doing like a bunch of different channels, or is it like specific to like, graphic design or something weird like that?
No, she just manages me, and what she does, I give her a percentage of everything I make, and what she does is it makes she organizes. For example, one of the things she did, one of the first things she did was make a whole system for clients. So now, like whenever a client would come to me, I would just give them a number, like how much I would charge. What she helped me was make a structure of like how to charge, how much, and what kind of like packages we can give to people to make it really simple. Also, she made this forum, so when clients come to me, they don't just send me this big email. They fill out a form of like what they want. I want this. What do you want? Concert visuals? Do you want album cover? Do you want logo design? Do you want this? They can click it. It's a Google thing. It's a Google form. And so she made that for me. She's also the one that handles any incoming client work, sponsorships. Pretty much what she does is handle everything non-creative. And she's also helping me organize, like whenever I finish this pack and when I finish my course, we're going to be running ads for all that stuff. And so she knows how to do that because that's where she comes from as her background. Mm-hmm. And then as well, for where I was going with this, so she's organizing everything for me and making sure that I like have a so when I finish college, I'm hitting the ground running. Like I don't have to move back to my parents' house because I'm not making enough money. So what's nice about her is while I'm in my college classes, she can keep running the business, so I can save up. Because right now everything I'm making from the internet, I'm saving up. So when I finish college, I can get an apartment, whatever, and because I do not want to move back to my parents' house after college. It's just not something I want to do.
True.
And so I'm willing to give her that percentage because I think it's like totally worth it. And so she's.
And how did you set this up? Did you already know her beforehand, or did you like seek her out?
No, so I just put on my Instagram stories like, hey, I'm looking for a manager to help me with incoming clients, things like that. And then she hit me up. Turns out we actually go to the same church. I'd never met her before. And she told me her background, all that kind of stuff, and I really liked her. And I was like, all right, cool, let's go. So I hired her, and ever since then, it's been like awesome.
Not needing to handle negotiating with sponsors is gold.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so great on our Wednesday call. She's like, hey, so this person reached out. And I was like, okay, what'd you say? And she's like, bop. She's like, already got it through. I was like, okay, cool, let's go.
Do you still need to handle, like, does she just have access to all these, like, emails of people, like, contacting you, or do you, like, redirect?
So now everything says cp@amperland.gmail.com. So I substituted her email for everything, and so everything goes to her.
Oh, I swear,
amazing.
Like 90% of the people contacting me have like fake companies, and I don't know what they want, like maybe my YouTube login or something. But yeah, I wouldn't want to have to deal with that either. I don't think I'm on like manager like status right now. I don't think so. But and you say you just give her like a percentage, like overall, just a flat thing. Mm-hmm. So like how well she does, like how much money she makes for you is how much she makes.
Yeah, that's how pretty much every manager situation works for everybody.
Yeah.
So like big artists, all their managers take a percentage. Like I hear like David Dobrik's manager takes like 12% or something.
Yeah, there's the joke. They call it the 10%er, and they're just the 10%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because like her wins are my wins, and we work together, and we're both trying to improve each other's system.
And does she like? I know she like handles all this stuff. Did he say she also like gives you like structure of like you need to finish this by this date and all that?
No, she doesn't pressure me to finish things. I'm just, my dad taught me responsibility when I was younger, so
you got discipline.
Yeah. My dad was very hard on me when I was younger with that. But she just provides a structure so I'm not confused when each client comes to me about how much I should charge them, blah blah blah. And she's always one to like, I'll say like, let's do 250 for this. She goes, let's do 300. I'm like, okay, let's go.
True. I don't respond like that.
I don't know what I'm worth.
Yeah. Most artists don't.
Yeah. So it's cool to have someone with a business head, because she comes from a entrepreneurial family. So that's her, she's lived around that stuff. I have not. I don't know where I've gotten the bit of business since I have now, but it's nice to hand it off to somebody and just worry about school and being a better artist.
Do you think this is like a thing that like a lot of people do? Because among the people I know, you're the only one, I think, who has a manager. Is this like a...
A lot of times it's if you are a successful recording artist, you have a manager. That's like the first thing you get. Like you're doing something right if you have a manager. That's not why I did it. Like these guys, for example, they have a manager because these people know how to get them gigs. They know how to get them a record deal, all that kind of stuff. For me, I needed someone just to handle the stuff that I don't know about, like Google Ads, reaching out to clients, knowing how to structure a business. That's what before me, what she did a lot was she's helped a lot of startups start. So example, I'm kind of a startup, but except she's doing a more managerial role rather than like a consulting role. But no, I don't see a lot of like Blender people doing managers. I know, for example, there's a guy, I'm going to spell the name because I'm not going to say the name. It's FVCK Render. He's on Instagram. You can imagine how that's supposed to be pronounced. Now, he's signed to a company called H Plus Creative. They're a huge management firm that represents people like me, an artist, and they handle getting them new clients. They handle sponsorships, all that stuff, so that the guy can just, they're like, okay, we got you this client. They want you to do this. You want to do it? Yeah, okay. And then you start on the project. So that's kind of a new thing of having freelance creatives have some type of representation, so that the people who know how to do it can get them the clients, rather than me knowing, I hate networking. I don't know how to do it. So that was one thing I really needed, was someone who's good at networking that can represent me.
So let's say, I mean, whatever the number is, let's say she makes 20%, whatever percent, or I think you might have said it already. Do you feel like she brings at least that much more revenue to you in the first place?
Yes, for sure.
For sure? Okay.
Yeah. She, like, as soon as I hired her on, she was able to get me, like, a couple new sponsorships, and actually not sponsorships, just client stuff. For the most part, I've only had her for 2 months, and she's helped me structure the client stuff. And then even stuff that's not like exactly monetarily there. For example, I'm sick of dealing with the BS sponsorships that aren't real. You guys might know about them.
I know.
I even had one, this one company, I forget the name, starts with a Z, but I don't want to be a guy that says bad things about clients. But maybe I should. What happened was, they wanted me to make a sponsorship for their thing. And what's common in the industry is to take 50% up front. And then when you're done, you take the other 50%. I've never done a project without a 50%. These people didn't want to do that. They were like, it's fine. The guy was like, I don't own money. It's not my thing. But you can just take down the video if we don't like it. And so I almost didn't take it, but we were like, all right, maybe this will be a learning experience. We'll just see what happens. I recorded the sponsorship. It was actually a really cool product that I was happy to do. I did the video. I did more than what they asked. Got the video up, unlisted, so they can see it before I launch it. And then the guy was like, hey, actually, before we pay, we would like you, this was so good that we want you to test our beta. And then, which would mean more work without any pay. And so my manager, which was great to have her to be able to put her foot down, is go, we're not doing that unless we get 50%. And he was like, I just told, also the guy was very rude to her, made me mad. And then, he was like, he put his foot down, he's like, no, we're not doing that. She goes, all right, well, looks like we're not, she didn't use these exact words. I like, well, I guess we're not going to go forward with this project. He goes, well, it looks like you wasted your time and mine. And then what we think was it was going to be some kind of dumb scam to make me promote their product. And that's what I don't have to deal with anymore. And to me, that's worth a lot of money in terms of just not having to deal with that frustration, because I would have gotten mad. I would have dropped. He was very rude to her. I would have dropped him weeks ago. But because she can handle that, And if I would have been paid, then it'd have been nice that I don't have to go through the frustration of some kind of a rude sponsorship guy. But I would have been able to do the work, get paid, and keep going.
Yeah.
I know you don't handle it anymore, but do you feel like you have a good detection of when sponsorships are fake? Because it's most of them, at least the ones who contact me.
Yes, it's whenever it's a virus cleanup, handle your files program.
Oh yes.
Yep.
It's all the same. It's usually the people that accept large numbers up front. I remember one time I had this red flag about this company, so I said, I'll do it for $20,000. They're like, great, let's move forward. I was like, I'm not worth that much money, man.
I'd say the biggest telltale signs that I've seen, broken English, which isn't always the case. I've had one or two that were real that did have broken English, but when you see Russian and Chinese text in the email, I don't know why, but in the email for no reason, and then you look up the website and it doesn't even exist. It's really weird. I get a lot of fake music platforms or something.
Really? I haven't gotten any.
Yes. Yeah, people are like, oh, it's Spotify alternatives and stuff like this, but they don't exist. They say their company name. There's nothing on them.
Yeah. It's so what I would love to know is what their end game is. Is it to get my information? I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never gone far enough with any of these to be I don't know. Yeah, they might ask for YouTube logins and stuff like that, or maybe in your case, they're trying to get a free promotion. But the company's not real in this case, so it has to be YouTube login, I think.
Yeah, pretty much where I go is I'm only working with companies that have some type of established presence, like Sketchfab. They have a sponsorship once a week. Obviously, we know CoreWeave; they're awesome.
Yes.
You have Squarespace, which I would love to get them on board. And then, we have the one-off. Also, we have Skillshare. So those are companies with a presence, so you can trust that they.
I like it when I've heard the name before.
Yeah, for sure. So it's also it's just surreal to have businesses we've heard of before contact us. That's so weird to me still.
I know. I remember seeing Squarespace ads on everybody's thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm contacted by them. Oh boy, let's get it started.
Yeah, it's like when you're a music artist and you finally get to go to the music festival you've always seen. It's I've made it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm valuable to somebody.